We're back. Welcome back.
Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Lucky that wasn't me.
My
'Cause I would have
nerves
been
was-
like,
I was
we're
gonna cancel it. I was
postpone
gonna.
next week.
I was gonna
Postpone till
cancel
next
it,
week.
girl. Mm-mm. Welcome back. Sorry, y'all. Let me tell you, my nerves is bad. That I think that was nothing but God. Because we both got hot, so it was like, okay, let's cool down a little bit.
Start all over.
Start all over.
While King sitting here, Helen knows it.
Right.
King is the dog. Yep. Everybody said 3 minutes. Oh, okay. Let me go. Restroom break.
Okay.
You can't be.
Welcome back,
You
everybody.
can't be nervous.
I was at first, girl. Let me turn it off.
Do what? Oh, no, it's
Okay.
cool.
Thank you guys for coming back. And then my apologies with the technical difficulties. I'm doing this by myself, so we getting there.
And I am of no help
Right.
at all.
I was so nervous. I was like, oh my God, it's not working. But I figured it out, you guys. So we back. So I have my sister here with me today, Miss Evelyn Jackson. Hope you guys are all having a lovely evening. Happy Friday. So now we got to do our cheers again. Sorry, we got to redo it. And then I'm going to post both lives. One is a blooper.
The first line blooper.
What is a blooper?
Oh,
Yeah.
so like, that's funny.
And family. Because it was my fault that we got shut down. I'm going to wait for a few more people to join us before we start. Oh, y'all see my chat.
What does that even mean?
Boom.
Like drop the mic?
Yes.
Boom.
Like,
So can I do boom?
yeah, if you want.
The knee slapper.
Don't ever do that in public. Oh, we are in public. All right. So, Miss Evelyn, how are you this evening?
Are we getting started?
Yeah, let's just go ahead and jump in.
Okay, let's jump in it. Let's jump in it.
Let me make sure my cousin on here before he cuts me out.
Barbara said he is. All right. I'm nervous actually. I'm really, really nervous. I'm having a little bit of anxiety. I'm breathing, doing my breathing. I've never talked about any of my loss, any of them, and there are a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm nervous.
Yeah, I mean, I'm nervous too. But we're going to get through this together.
Yes.
Like we've been getting through everything together our whole life. Can I share a moment hold with? Okay, no, I'll wait. Yes, you know what I'm about to say too.
No, we are not sharing.
You
that.
said it though.
They don't know what that
All right,
is.
I'll tell y'all later then. I'm going to tell y'all later.
Ridiculous.
So we're here tonight to talk about this mother. I'm not even telling you my sister tonight. We're going to be real professional.
Very professional.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So I have Miss Evelyn Jackson here with me this evening, and we're going to talk about her son, Donald John Eric Smith. So tell me a little bit about Donald John.
Donald was a character. Very, very funny. He thought he was the oldest grandchild, which he for sure isn't. He is the second oldest. He thought he ran everything. Very loving, very kind. Will give you the shirt off his back. He cared about his family. It was always family first for him. And he was a mama's boy. A mama's boy.
He's
Y'all
such a
may not
cute little-
know that about my son, but he was a mama's boy. To where he lay in my arms all the way up to the age of 17, literally. And he used to like his feet rub. He used to come home. Yes, he
I'm
used
so
to
glad
come
he never asked me to
home.
do that.
He used to come home from school, take off all his clothes, and I'll be sitting on the couch before it's time to do homework. And he would literally put his feet on me and twinkle them around. Yeah, that means mama rub my feet and I rub his feet.
Would you say Donald had a great talent? And if so, what would that be?
Oh, rapping. I remember when he first told me that he was gonna be a rapper. You know, most moms like, no, you need to go to college and you need to pursue this, you need to pursue this. I was like, okay, but if you're gonna do it, you better do it right, or else I'm gonna be Cookie. Y'all know who Cookie is, right?
Cook. How he get that name?
My my little cousins started calling him Cookie because they said he was a big baby.
A crybaby. Him with them big old cheeks. Oh, and his TT boo boo.
He was a baby. I mean, you know, what do you expect? Yes, that's how he got the name Cookie.
Yes.
My cousin Kevin always give a nickname.
Right. Who Pete Drops.
Pete Drops.
I think who Rita? I think
Pierre.
Okay.
Pierre was
And
little
who was
Rita.
Drops?
Was it Torian?
Why? Because he got dropped. So can you tell us what happened to your son?
Yes. My son got a phone call on December 31st, 2018. His friend asked him if he could just take him to the store really quick. Donald John was like, nah, man, I'm staying in tonight, chilling. His friend, you know, peer pressure. His friend said, come on, you know, just take him to the store. So Donald John ended up taking him to the store. And in that, there was an argument that took place. And I've always taught my son to walk away from things because of what happened to me. And so he remembered that, and he actually got in his car, proceeded to leave, and the guy started shooting at the car. And my son got a bullet in his neck.
At the time that this happened, where were you?
I was in prison when this happened. And go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go.
I didn't call home on the 31st because it seems like every time I call home on a holiday, just, you know, just something. And because of where I was, I wanted to, you know, just enjoy that time. We were doing something in the unit that day. And so when I talked to my mom, I always call my mom. That was the first person I called every time. When I called my mom, she had asked me where was the person I was closest to at that moment. In that time, she asked me where she was, and I thought she just wanted to say, hey, you know, Happy New Year's. And so when she got on the phone, I just see her whole facial expression change. And so I'm on the phone with my mom, but the girl had disappeared. She literally did disappear, and I was like, where did she go? But by the time my mom told me the news, I was surrounded by the young lady who I was close to at the time, and my roommate Shana. She was there. Country, the Shama. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be saying names. Okay, my girls, man. Okay, my OMCP girls, man, they have my back. I didn't realize they were there. Probably like I think I stayed in that phone booth for probably like a good 15 minutes. And next thing I know, I was in my room. It was not a good thing. It wasn't a good experience at all.
How were you able to cope with that in where you were at the time?
I wasn't. It was horrible. People coming to check on me. Like it was like I couldn't have a moment to breathe, you know, just to be able to realize that this is what's really happening in my life. And because I was so far away, I wasn't with my family. the family that I had was a family that was in there. So it was to where one of my good friends had to literally tell everybody, don't nobody else go to her room, give her some space, she needs that time. And I was very, very grateful for Deshama at that time because it was like I don't know, like an outer body experience.
Yeah.
Like, is this real? Is this really happening? I really want to call, I want to talk to my family. And then it actually took Deshama, I heard her say, Wong, pop this door. And
What does that mean?
I'm sorry.
What does that mean?
Pop this door, meaning let her into my cell.
Okay.
And I would just remember just having like the cover up to my neck and I was crying. And she got in the bed with me. She got in the bed with me and she just held me, you know. She's not old enough to be my mom, but at that time, I'm sorry, you guys.
Yeah, because you're going to make me cry. You ain't got no lashes on. Take your time.
So when she got in the bed with me, she just held me and she said, I got you, sis. I got you. And at that time, I really needed that because I felt so alone because my family wasn't there. And I'm always a strong one, you know. So having her do that for me and hold me, it was like I felt so much comfort. I wasn't alone in that moment. So yeah, that's how I found out from being in the prison cell for something I didn't do. That's a whole
other subject.
And let me just say this: I really told myself, you're not gonna get strong, and everything is gonna be all right. But yeah, this is real.
So they say that there's multiple stages of grief, and I know they said that there's an order. To me, I'll be all over the place. Absolutely. Where would you say you are in their stages of grief? It's been what, 5 years, 6 years?
No, it's going on 7 years. This year will be the 7th year. Right now, let's say that I'm angry because the guy who murdered my son is literally having his 3rd court date 2 days after my son's birthday. And this court date is for him to accept the plea of 13 years, 85% with time served. He's already spent 6, almost 7 years in the county jail. So, yeah. So I'm angry. I'm pissed. You know, it makes me feel like the justice system is saying, "Oh, your son's life wasn't that important, so we're going to give him time served and just let him go home." And I totally disagree with that. I feel like this would be like a pat on the hand for him, and because he was already on probation for carrying a fire gun, what is a fire weapon?
Yeah.
For carrying a fire weapon, he was already on probation. So this would be a slap on the hand for him, which means that then he'll get out and he'll kill somebody else's child. And so I stopped praying for him and I started praying for the mothers out there to protect their children because it's like, oh, he can get away with it, you know? So, yeah.
So now that you're home, who do you look for support? What would you tell the mothers out there now? Who to look to?
Family. I have my sisters, my mom, my man. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Anyone that's willing to listen to you, like no feedback, just to hear you, being able to express your feelings and what you're going through. It means a lot to get it out. And honestly, I probably should have been doing it instead of. My grief comes in waves. You know, when it's time to cry, I cry. I don't care where I am. I don't care if I'm at work. I would excuse myself and I would go in that bathroom and I would cry. I would call my coworkers and tell them I'm going through it, and they're very supportive. You know, just when it's time to cry, let it out. Because if not, you hold it in, and this is when all the stress come, and then stress turned into depression, and the depression, I mean, it just goes on and on. So yeah, right now I'm angry. Yeah.
I can totally see that. So what would you say? This might be hard, and then you're gonna eventually have to say it anyway. What would you say to your son's killer?
Give me my phone. I'll tell you what I want.
One moment.
Okay, my nerves are so bad right now. Okay, you might have to ask another question for them because I have to find it. Oh wait, here we go. This is something that I was going to read in court. I am definitely going to change it up. 50 years to life is what the excuse me is what the second DA told me. I thought that was excessive, so I asked for 15 years to life because in my mind I'm thinking this is another black guy who has family as well. So figuring 15 years to life would be sufficient because when you're in prison and you have a life sentence, you have to go in front of the board and they will determine if you're eligible for parole. So I was asking for 15 years to life instead of 50 years, 6 years, 5 months, and this is the second court date that he had. A month before Mr. Blank first court date, I received a call from the previous DA saying that he was offered a deal of manslaughter, 6 years of time served with no explanation of how and why. Donald John was my only child who was murdered at the age of 22, allegedly by Mr. Blank. Donald John was loving, caring child who enjoyed life. He was the second oldest grandchild, but sure acted like he was the oldest. Donald John did not have the opportunity to have children because that was taken away from him. He would never have the chance to reach his fullest potential because he's not here. I always thought I always taught my son to walk away from situations, and on December 31st, 2018, he did just that. He got in his car and he left. He did not pose a threat to anyone as he drove off in his car. An eyewitness allegedly saw Mr. Blank shoot in the direction of Donald John's car. He was hit with a bullet through his neck and he crashed his car. He was left there alone to fend for his young life. I would never have the opportunity for someone to call me grandma. Hear my son tell me he loves me, or just those talks we often share. My family and I will carry the heartache for the rest of our lives. It is my hope that Mr. Blank knows and understands that once he left his home with a weapon, this is intent. And to see him walk up the steps in joy after his court experience left me with the thought of no remorse for his actions. So I'm asking, please help me understand how 6 years of time served and no explanation of to how and why this came to be okay. So it's not okay. It's not okay at all. And I think that that's one of the most hardest things for me is, don't get me wrong, I do have 3 beautiful goddaughters who have beautiful children, and I'm their Gigi, I'm their god grandmother, which I'm so grateful for, but I would never be someone's grandma. Like, I would not have someone say grandma, and I think that's one of the hardest things for me.
Ooh. That was the first time I heard that. So yeah, we're gonna sip 1 second.
So these are the waves, excuse me, these are the waves that I'm speaking of, No, I'm not crazy. So yeah, you will find me laughing because if things is funny, it's funny. So they come in waves. And like I said, when it's time to cry, it's time to cry. I gotta let it out. If I don't, then I'll be angry and I'll be flashing on people.
It's good for you to say that, I'm not crazy. You might see me laugh. So you haven't lost yourself within this. Because you get a lot of parents that grieve so bad they lose themselves. They become so depressed, they change who they are. And then they start showing their pain towards other people.
Yes.
And, they say, oh, no, we're not going to get counseling. Do you suggest counseling?
Absolutely. Had I not been part of the OMCP program,
what is the OMCP?
OMCP is Offender Mentor Program to become a certified counselor. So I got my education in prison. Had I not been in that program, I wouldn't have made it because I was struggling. It was hard being in there and not being, writing out his will in there and helping my mom pick out picture, talking to you about, what did I want, that was the hardest thing for me. Paying for things, that it was hard. So, but had I not had that counseling, I probably wouldn't be here with you guys right now, honestly.
And can you say like the pain and the trauma that you've been through has made you stronger to be able to counsel other people?
Absolutely.
Is that why you went into that field? Because you know the pain, or?
No, I went into the field, honestly. My friend, she was my best friend at the time, Tiffany. She was like, you don't do OMCP. I was like, girl, I'm not listening to nobody's problems. Are you crazy? She was like, you do that every day, China. Somebody is always at your. So she came to my unit one day with a paper. And was like, here, fill this out. And then I figured because I've had family members that struggle with drug abuse, addiction, it was best for me to do so.
I was just telling my friend today, I said, oh, she's such a counselor. She was like, well, no, think about it. You're using your emotions. Like, you've always been good at that. You've always been the quiet, sister that just sat back. I've always been the one that was in the front row. And you always used to make sure situations was calmed down. And then you have to go through things like this in your life.
Yes. Yeah. It's a struggle every day. However, I get up. The sun still rises, so I must rise as well.
What would you say to someone who is so upset and so focused on hurting someone else? What would you tell them? If you could be that little birdie in their ear, what would you say?
Anger is a secondary emotion. Find out what the primary emotion that you're feeling and deal with that.
See, that's the counselor.
Right? The primary emotions of abandonment, disregard, disappointment, ostracize, those are primary emotions. So dealing with those emotions and figuring out why am I feeling this way and get to the root of that, you won't be able to become angry and then go out and hurt someone.
That's deep. You had mentioned earlier about, I asked you about not losing yourself. What do you do? Like, when you came home, what did you focus on more to not get into that funk of losing yourself and losing who Evelyn is?
When I first came home, it was go time. I was already conditioned to work from 8 in the morning to 8 at night. So it was operation go time. Listen, I worked at Macy's. That was my first job. I was making $16 an hour. And you couldn't tell me nothing. I was falling out of control in my mind because I was making 80 cents in the prison. So I was making $16. And listen, when I tell you I came home 5 months later, me and my niece got an apartment together, and I'm telling you, $16 an hour, I was balling. Right. So it was like operation.
You was happy.
I was.
And I was proud of you too. I was like, at Macy's, where we get discounts?
Definitely. So I think because that's how I was conditioned from being in prison to, work. Just work. And in that, it allowed me to honestly run away from thinking about my dad, from thinking about my grandmother, my cousins. Like, it helped me be able to get away from that. However, in that, after I started working at Macy's, I became a counselor at Folsom State Prison.
Mm-hmm.
and been able to give back and help those guys see where their issues lie.
Yeah.
That became a joy. Giving back. It became a joy. Helping somebody else. It actually helps me. Until this day, still a counselor, doing the same thing that I was doing in those walls.
Right.
And so giving back is the most important thing for me.
I have so many questions.
I promise I'm not gonna cry no more.
You might, I might, and it's okay. I think we are good with not showing our emotions when we need to.
Okay, well, are we good? Because I know I'm feeling. Listen now? I'm sweating, nerves over here.
I do have one main question. If your son was here right now, just visiting you for the day, what would you say to him?
Don John, go take that trash out for me.
Oh my goodness.
And see, so that's a hard question to answer because I'm thinking of the fact that he's not here. So I would just love on him and tell him how much I love him, and probably tell him he need to settle down now and leave them girls alone and give me a grandbaby.
Right. If you could have talked to him on his last day.
Well, I did. I talked to him the day, 2 days before.
Okay.
And my same thing, stay strong. God is going to answer our prayers. I'm going to be home. Stay out them streets. And remember, there is nothing in the world that you can't ever tell me. I'm your mom.
Amen. So, my husband is sending me messages. You can't see them. You wouldn't be able to see them anyway because you don't get your glasses on. Even if you did have your glasses on, you probably wouldn't be able to see them. But you do have a lot of comments and you do have a lot of supporters. Do you want me to read some of them to you?
Sure. Yes, give me a break because listen, this is it's not easy.
Someone, Crystal Denard says, thanks for telling your story. Jamin says, 13 years, that's crazy. Your God baby here, Kiara. Someone said, Evelyn, this is Mary. You're so brave for sharing your story. I'm glad we met. You're one of the kindest and most humble person I know. I'm glad that you have the support then and now.
Oh, that's Mary. That's Miss Mary.
Let's see. Someone said, O'Brien said, you really did say that when you, so when I was telling you, I told my friend that you were a counselor, you always talk about being a counselor. She's like, I really did say I did. Mary said, I pray that God continues to give you strength. Your God baby said, definitely the therapist. She said, this is a good, she said, this is a good God mommy.
Oh, I love my God babies.
You said you're doing so great. Oh, and Brianna said she loves our relationships. Well, I'm using her government. She'll be mad at me. Y'all ain't gonna be able to spell it though. Okay, so one last question. What would you tell the mothers? I have so many friends that have lost kids. My mom lost a child. My auntie has lost her child. What would you tell these mothers out here that have lost a child and really are not being able to cope with it?
Seek support. Listen, I have a therapist. I do IOP.
What?
IOP, intensive outpatient.
Okay.
I also teach that too, but right now it's about me and my healing. So I'm doing IOP. I see a therapist, and I also have a psychiatrist. The support, I'm telling you, the support. I will call my sisters. Literally, I don't care what time it is, and just all over the place.
Right.
My guy will see something on my face and he'll be like, oh, baby, come here. What's wrong? And then I'll just start breaking down because I'm having my moment. So to be able to have the support, you got to get it out, because if you don't, like I never really talked about it in depth like this.
That was gonna be a question, so go ahead.
Never, because my cousin Stevie was like, "Cause I be wanting to ask you questions, but I don't know if it's cool or not, you know." So no one asked me anything. No one ever, like on Donald's birthday, I love you. I'll get text messages. Like my phone is blowing up with text messages, but all the text messages are, I love you. I love you. The hearts. I'm here if you need me. But no one has ever asked me, how do I feel about my son not being here? Like, what am I going through? Those questions are never asked. So when I am talking about it, it's, oh my God, let me tell you, when little Donald was little, let me tell you what he did. It's like telling stories of him and not actually about how am I feeling about him not being here, if that makes any sense.
It makes total sense. It does. I do want to end on a happy note. Give me your greatest, funniest memory.
Okay, wait, I have 2.
You can give me 10.
Okay.
I'm here for it. Let me sit back.
So it's a funny one. This is a funny one. My parents used to bring my son like literally all the time to see me. But they will also leave us so I could, have that mother-son bonding. And so I told him about the girls. I told him I'd be sticking his wang dang doodoo in females. I told him to do the smell test.
Wait.
Yes, I did. I told him to keep it wrapped up because you just don't know. I don't care if they say they own the pills. I told him because if not, his penis can fall off. It'll be burning. Like, I literally told my son everything. And so now my dad come back. He has little Donald's burger. Little Donald looking at the burger. And he's like, oh my God, I just love you. Remember I told you my son was a character. And then so he started smelling it. And then my father said, the burger. He gets that for me because I smell everything I eat. And my father says, grandson, you don't have to smell everything you eat. Then he says, wait, yes, you do. But that's another conversation. He said, oh, granddaddy, I already know. My mama told me. And my father looked at me. He said, move. I was like, what? I have to let him know. So that's one of my fondest memories because it was both of them together.
Yeah.
The other one is I picked little Donald up from school and I didn't feel good this day. So he finished his homework and I said, okay, baby, I'm just gonna lay here for a while. And so he went outside to ride his bike with his friends. And then we had an alarm. So when you walk in the door, the thing goes,
yeah.
So I'm like, he up to something because he only been gone for like maybe 10 minutes. So I'm like, he up to something. So I sat there with my eyes closed to see what he was going to do. And so, I'm good, Papa, thank you. And so he started tiptoeing towards me. And I'm like, oh, he about to get busted. And so he got real close to me and he took my blanket and he tucked me in and then he kissed me and then he went back outside.
Oh.
So he was coming to check on his mama. I told you
because he was being a badass outside. He was making sure you was asleep and you wasn't coming.
He was coming to check on his mama because he knew I didn't feel good. And I used to tell him that story like literally every single time. He'd be like, Mom. And he'll literally repeat the whole story with me. Literally. Yeah, that was my baby. Still is my baby.
Right, forever. Yeah. Whew. All right, we did good. I think we did awesome. I thank all of you guys for tuning in. No, you don't. You've been babysitting that thing this whole time.
Good.
Girl, I just had a top off. See? You gotta show the cup.
Oh. Can y'all see this? No? Okay.
There we go.
What? Crooked. All right.
What?
It says learning patience, greatness in the making. Abby. That was his rap name.
A song with those lyrics in it. And in that song, he talked about you coming home. Mm-hmm. He was waiting on you. And I remember that day you said it. It took too long. Mm-hmm. Whew. Whew.
The justice system took too long.
The justice system took too long.
Had me in there for something I didn't do.
With that being said, that would definitely be another podcast. I don't know if we're going to do live that time or not. It's up to her. I told her this, her couch for the night.
Well, this is the hardest thing right here.
Right.
Talking about everything else is like, you know, it's nothing. When you lose a child, it's like nothing can hurt you. Your patience is about that much. Your tolerance is even smaller. Yeah, losing a child is like, there is no pain like that. My son was supposed to bury me.
Right.
You know, I wasn't supposed to bury him.
How is your relationship with his father?
Huh?
You said nothing was off limits.
I did say nothing was off limits. I don't have a relationship with his father.
Well, you didn't have one when, after 6 months after you were gone, it was like no relationship.
Yeah.
It was no, it was gone.
Yeah.
But since you've been home, you haven't tried to, not intimate, but
And my face is still the same. Try to do what?
Be there for each other. You guys had a child together.
My man is there for me.
Okay.
I don't know. No. Yeah, and you know, he has his situation, you know, his situationships or whatever he has. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not trying to be there for nobody that wasn't there for me. I sat in that prison for 15 years. Now you can say that. I sat in there for 15 years in a day for something I did not do. And I can count literally on one hand the people that was with me for the whole 15 years. You heard me say one hand.
The whole 15 years.
The whole 15 years. I mean, don't get me wrong, letters and, you know, that stuff counts, but I don't have any friends. I have my sisters. I have my family. Every time I call anything I needed, my family was on it. I didn't want for nothing. Nothing.
Clothes.
I was in there rocking Jordans. And, I mean, I didn't want for anything because my family supported me. When I say my family, even if I didn't call them or talk to them every day, my family was still functioning. Like, I'm finding out stuff till this day of things that they did when I was in there. So it's all about that support, you know. I thank God for my OMCP sisters.
Okay. You keep using these acronyms.
Oh, Offender Mentor Counseling Program.
Thank you.
Yes. They have my back, like, to the fullest.
That's what's up. Do you still talk? So, you know, now we're getting into
that podcast. Absolutely. I talk to one of them more than any of them, but I can get on this phone right now and reach out and they will be there. I have sisters in there, like, you know, in a place like that, you make your own family. Right. You know, I had people literally coming from other yards, like checking on me, people that were in gangs and stuff, like literally they getting out of the units when the yard is locked down to come and check on me. Like when everybody heard China's son died, it was like, what the
you can cuss.
Huh?
You can cuss.
Oh, it was like, what the F, you know. And so yeah, the support, I'm telling you, support. I cannot stress that enough. Support.
Definitely.
And don't be afraid to ask for it.
Please don't
be afraid to ask for support.
There's nothing wrong with crying. There's nothing wrong with screaming and putting your face in your pillow.
I
and
do that too.
Driving and just getting
pulling over.
Yeah, just getting your mind. Yeah.
You know, but I keep pushing.
Definitely.
I keep pushing.
Well, I commend you. You're like the strongest.
There's others.
And yeah, I'm pretty sure there are, but to me, like, I haven't seen it out of anyone but you.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have our own strengths in our own ways, but to be able to endure the things that you did while you were gone from your family and be able to come home and get on your shit and push hard, get your own business, and man, credit better than mine. Y'all know I'm a goofball. I laugh to keep from crying. I'm the emotional one. The hardest, but a crybaby. Ain't that crazy?
Listen, I'm such a poodle. Do they still say that? They don't say that anymore.
No, but we should start back using it.
Yeah, I am. Listen, I am a loving. I just want everybody to be happy, but I've been like that. I was born like this.
Didn't I say call you a poodle?
Yeah, she saw us coming Pluto. Because I'm like, what, you want to fight me? Let me go change my clothes. Meet me at the park at 3 o'clock. She was like, who makes appointments to fight? I'm not angry. I'm not an angry bird. So.
Right. I'm like, nails and all. Take your glasses off for what? She ain't gonna touch my face.
And I'm like, can we just talk about it?
And I'm in the background like, no, we not talking.
We come from the same mom and dad.
And on the flip side, there's no way I could have sat in there for 15 years. I'd have been crying every day under the bed.
You would have been in shoe. You would have been doing shoe terms.
What's that?
That's like when they put you in a segregated place for your behavior.
Oh, that's not what they call it.
That is.
It's oh my God. Okay.
How's she telling me? And I was.
Did y'all make that up?
No, it's true.
Babe, what's the name of it when you go in solitaire?
Acid.
Babe, shut up.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, she would have been fighting. As soon as that girl would have told her, yes, I need you to use your toothbrush and scrub the walls.
Man, what the fuck? I mean, what the F? I'm not scrubbing nobody's walls with no toothbrush.
That's why you would have been an asset.
Oh, the people would wait, what's the asset?
Well, shoot.
Asset
is it's like prison inside of prison.
We gonna keep that for the next podcast because I need some more details on this.
That's something else I never talked about ever.
So that's next time. Y'all stay tuned for the next one. Please tell your people to subscribe. No, I'm getting a phone call. You just got one. Y'all tell y'all people to subscribe. Please always tune in. I will always make sure I tell you guys when we're gonna go live. I'm gonna start actual recording soon, so you're gonna see.
Well, I can't see the question.
Yeah, I know. I don't know because it will.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
What do you want to tell your people? What do you want to tell them?
Oh, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support. My girls at the job, thank you for your support. My sisters, the girls at the beauty salon, my babies. #babies. They grown as hell with them, my babies.
Right.
My man, my sister, she better be on here.
Yeah.
A murder.
Murder.
Oh, that's
murder. Yeah, you backwards as hell.
All right, yes, and this is why my wine glass is still the way it is. All right.
I'm trying to go see if I can see your comments for you with my phone.
Please, you guys, if you anybody that needs some support and that needs some help, I am more than willing because it's a journey and you cannot do it by yourself. Trust me, I tried. You can't do it by yourself. You're gonna always have to have that support. So I am reading to you. I am here. What you say, bro?
Please go talk to him. All right, you guys. I'm gonna read some of you guys' oh my goodness. Whew. Comments I can't see. I'm blind.
My nephew dog been laying here the whole time.
Yeah, King don't be playing. Oh, your family here. Your cousin Stevie's here.
Hey,
your nephew and his family here. Oh, both your nephews is here.
Yeah, support. This is what the girls at the shop taught me.
Nene here, Missy's sister. So she lost her son a few years back.
Yes, and she know. I told you. We can always talk and be of support. We're gonna have lunch. I love to eat. Can't you tell? Look at that neck.
Girl, mine's is slimming. I just told Nick that earlier. Oh, Brandy here. She said, take your time. Yeah, you got a lot of supporters that's on here, sister.
That's what's up.
And I'm going to tell you, they supported me definitely.
Yes, absolutely. It's all about the support.
We love you guys. And we will see you guys next time.
Now I'm going home and getting my bed.
Good night.
Thank you guys. Good night.